Good morning, Eagle Nation, and happy Wednesday. Today is the 148th day of school. Crazy. Think about that. That means there's only 32 days left. 148th day of school. It's the 12th of April. Let's begin our day with just a moment of silence. Thank you. And now your morning announcements.
I'm a rich man. We touch a lot of millions. I don't like Victor. I don't like Victor. My name is Victor. I just put up and talk with all of the men. Taking a picture.
Wherever you may be, please stop. Please stand and let us rise together for this morning's Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Thank you. On this Wednesday, let's exercise our bodies and our minds. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. All right. That song dedication was, yes, Victor Harrelson. That was your song dedication. But it goes to you, Miss Nair. I'm not sure if this is sincerity or sarcasm. Sometimes it's hard to tell in the middle school. But that was Yeet with Rich Minion. It says, I'd like to dedicate this song to Miss Nair because she loves Yeet and it's her favorite artist. Hope you all enjoyed that. What's going on today on this Wednesday? Today is Make-Up Testing Day for 3rd, 4th, 5th, and 6th. So we will be eating lunch in the cafeteria today, not in the classrooms, in the cafeteria. And the AASA ELA makeup testing will be going on with Mr. Aviles in room 310, I believe. So stay tuned for more information on that and beware so that you can get to the right place at the right time to do your best work. We continue our focus on classroom walkthroughs. Who's doing the thinking? I hope the answer to that is you, students. And want to encourage teachers, if you haven't considered doing this yet, consider keeping a tally for a finite period of time, maybe 20 minutes, where you just tally, or maybe even have a student tally. Involve them in the process. How many questions do you ask versus how many statements you make? This is one of many ways to encourage students talking more than the teacher. Now, those, of course, should be orchestrated questions with intent, but it's one way to at least start the process. So, students, offer to help your teachers out. Ask them if you can tally how many questions or statements they make within a 10 or a 20-minute period. A second strategy you could help with is to, when students are presenting information, even if it's just a short 30-second response, or a full-length presentation with an essay that they wrote, or a Google Slides presentation, any kind of presentation where it's students talking to their student audience, give the rest of the students in the audience something very particular and overt, that means visible, to do. Something to respond to, something to listen for, something to write down, something to add on to their existing notes, or something to react to, like to agree or disagree with, and then justify the agreement or disagreement. In this way, both the presenter and the audience members all are a part of the learning experience. So, who's doing the thinking? Students, it should be you. This afternoon, teachers, we will meet in room 316 to continue our work on PBIS and social emotional learning. I want to remind all, so students, we encourage you to set goals, but we want you to know that we, as staff members, also set goals. And this is a goal that we are working on presently. This is one example. Our goal is to teach Unit 4, Lesson 21 in second step on Monday at 8:30 to 9 a.m. Perhaps you've already done this. Perhaps yours is a different unit or a different lesson, or maybe you're doing it on a different day. but we've all committed to this 2-week lesson that everyone will teach at least one of the second step lessons and then follow it up with reinforcement. But what we're learning, students, is that all goals should have 3 qualities to them. They should be specific, they should be challenging, but they should be doable. So we use some questions to guide ourselves. Which lesson will we teach? By when? And how will we know when we have, or how will we measure it? Success. And lastly, how are we going to celebrate when we reach our goal? Not if, because if we've truly made it a goal that is challenging but reachable, we will reach it. And we should have thought through, what are we going to do to celebrate the fact that we accomplished something that we set out to do? And you should think about that too. If you set a goal, think about how you're going to celebrate it. It gives you something to look forward to. Plus, it's fun, and it gives you more reason to want to do it again. Stay tuned for more updates on that. And our attendance yesterday, it was good but not great. 91.9% on Tuesday. For the year, 89.2 holding strong. We're still trying to bump this up to 89.3. Let's see if we can do it. Maybe today will help if we're well over 90%. Yesterday, students' letters went home to invite your parents to a required or mandatory meeting on April the 20th if you have more than 15 absences for the year. So we'll be meeting here at Emerson with the juvenile probation officer and with me and with Ms. Robbins, our social worker, because our number one goal is to get all of you to school at a higher rate and on time. It's not enough just to be here. You need to be here on time. And school starts at 8:30. In fact, you're late if your butt's not in your seat at 8:30 a.m. Let's all do a better job together. What else is going on? As we begin our celebration of Autism Awareness Month and Arab American Heritage Month, I'd like to encourage all of you to take a moment, either in the first 30 minutes or the last 30 minutes of the day, to look below this video. And I've posted for all of you a link that tells, in just 2.5-minute video, what is autism. Now be prepared, the accent is a British accent, and the information pertains to the United Kingdom, but it transfers to the United States as well. In fact, 1 in 36 individuals now is diagnosed with autism. Think about that, 1 in 36. So the rate of incidence is increasing, and it would be important for all of us to learn more about what autism is so we can be more inclusive, more supportive, more responsive, and not just be aware of and tolerate differences in others, but actually celebrate them. So this is a great first step. What is autism? Please watch that video with your students today, either in the first or last 30 minutes of the day. It's a 2.5-minute video. Now, let's do the one and only shout out we have in the queue, and this one is from Mr. Aviles, and it is to all the students and all the staff at Emerson. So listen up. This is for all of you guys. I would like to give a huge thank you to every single student and staff at Emerson. Thank you for the shout outs last week. I love coming to work each day because of all the amazing humans I get to surround myself with on the daily. Thank you again. Thank you, Mr. Aviles, for that appreciation. And thank you, Emerson staff and students, for making Emerson the place that it is. Let's get to some words of wisdom so you can get to the business of teaching and learning. Today is on the topic of character. How many of you have ever embroidered something or watched someone else embroider? It's like stitching. When you embroider, you stitch colorful thread into a pattern onto a shirt, a dress, or maybe a pillowcase. In Indiana, that's where I'm from, they allegedly say this, although I've never heard it. Character, like embroidery, is made stitch by stitch. But it does sound like something we would say. It's true, you know, every time you act responsibly, every time you act courageously, every time you are honest or patient, you add a little color and beauty to the design and moral fabric of your life. And because everything we do affects the world around us, we make the world a better place. So today, be aware of the small acts that show real character, stitch by stitch. With something to think about. This is Mr. Lodato. With COVID and strep still on the rise, I encourage you, mask up today. Keep your hats, hoods, and sunglasses off indoors. And stay in your zones. Put away your phones. And make it a great day or not. The choice is yours.
I had a 96.